Don't say any F's and stuff. Don't say any F's and stuff.
Blazing the steel. Bring the heat. Mix it non-stop. Non-stop. With the hottest DJ.
I'm your host, Joshua Diaz.
Non-stop.
There is no investigation. This boy has...
There is not, really? This to me.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
But I have to put her on the side and worry about
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me and my boys and my kids.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
There is no investigation. This boy
There
has...
is not, really? This to me. Right. Idiot.
I've done my best. It's hard, you know, it's real tough.
But I have to put her on the side and worry about the boys.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me and my boys and my kids.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
Live from the NBD Production Studios, you're in the lab with your host, Joshua Diaz.
There is no investigation. This boy has...
There is not, really? This to me.
What's up?
But I
What's
have
up?
to put her on the side and worry about the boys. But I have to.
There is no investigation.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
But I have to put her. But I have to put her on the side and worry about the boys.
Interesting. Somebody said no sound, but I don't know if that's true or not. Mix go in and out. Let me see. Well, so what's up? Is the Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Very good. Little bit. What's up? Good to see you guys. Great to be here. It is Friday. What is it? December 16th, 9:39 here on the West Coast. I know most of you are on the East Coast. Some of you in Guatemala. Hold on. I got to turn this stuff off. Okay, so sound is fine. I don't know why people, you know, I don't have any sound, and I'm just like, dude. But before we get going, and we're gonna talk all things Moscow. I think it's really starting to heat up, and we're gonna talk about all that. Okay. But let's consider this the therapy session for Josh, because part of the reason that I do this is for therapy. So, you know, do with that what you want. Last night, I had my shirt and I set it down. And here's another thing. I know that I shouldn't tell people this stuff because they're going to go, oh, you're such a bad dog owner and you know, all this stuff. And, you know, and I'm going, yeah, I get it. Like, I'm a bad dog owner, you know, like I'm not very good at training my dogs. It seems like every person I talk to is an expert in dog training. But like I said, you don't have Otis Joshua Diaz. That's his full name. Took his middle name after me. Otis Joshua Diaz. You don't have him. He's not yours. And if he were yours, I don't care how good of a dog trainer you are. You don't have Otis. Now, I'm not saying having Otis is a bad thing. It's not. Most of the time. Most of the time. But this guy is so emboldened these days, and he's so, like, doesn't care. Look, I'm telling you, no, they don't train well. He's not normal. No, he's not normal. He's nuts. He's crazy. He's like this, like, a Tasmanian devil, sort of. I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm sitting by the fire last night. I'm petting him. He's so cute. Like, he's got a little smirk on his face. I'm like, oh my God, I want you so much. You're so cute. I love you. Oh, my little baby. And I'm kissing his little fat face. He, you know, there's a hint of pee around him. He smells a little like pee at this moment. We call him Pea Pot for a reason. He's got this obsession with, you know, doing what he wants to do, but, you know, and I'm just like, oh, you're so cute. I love you so. Oh, they say, well, you so much. You're so cute. Boo, 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 boo. He's 1 year old. And I set my shirt down, that I had been wearing that day. I changed into pajamas, 90s, foot with the foots. The foots, you know what I'm saying? I had the foots. And so I put my shirt down over there. I'm petting him. It's a hallmark moment. I'm just like, you're the greatest dog I've ever had. You're so freaking cute. And he's taking the kissies, and he, like I said, he smells a little like pee-pee. So I'm like, guess you're getting a bed tomorrow. I mean, honestly, it's the most ridiculous conversation. And I'm sharing with you my life when it comes to my dog, because I've never owned a puppy of any kind, and I had never been owned by a puppy, and now both are true. So this little beautiful soul walks behind me. I'm literally sitting in front of the fire, because it's cold. And he was sitting with me. And then Macho was like on his back asleep because he's fat and tired. Like, he's always fat and tired. That's what he does. He's fat and tired. And so, he's asleep. He doesn't give me no problems at all. All of a sudden, I hear what I consider a steady stream of liquid. But I'm in the middle of the living room, so there's no reason for me to hear that sound. None. And it's very distinct. I know exactly what it sounds like. I'm a boy. I've peed outside many times. And in the middle of living room before, I have. I don't anymore, but I'm just saying, I know that sound. So Bubba here, little Otis Joshua Diaz, or as around our house we like to call him OJ, he is peeing on my shirt that's bunched up in a ball, fire hosing it. Full grown Frenchy peepees. And I turn around and we make eye contact. But nobody, and what I'm saying is nobody breaks eye contact. He doesn't break eye contact. I don't break eye contact. He doesn't break the stream off, and I don't break eye contact. And he looks me in the face halfway through his peeps. And I said, what in the hell did you do that for? And of course, he's a dog, so he can't talk. But if he could have talked, this is what he would have said. Don't you know that I can do anything that I want, and there's nothing that you can do about it? You love me so much that you don't understand that this is my house, not yours, not the kids, nobody. It's not. You guys live with me. That's what I'm. It's like telepathy, right? Telepathy. That's what's going on here. And he's going. Now look at me. Look at me. And I look at him, and he says, go put that in the laundry. I'm going to lose it. It's not normal, folks. It's not normal. So today I was looking for a dog whisperer. We're going to have a seance. If you know anything about this show, you do know that Otis is special, and not like in like yeah, he's so cute and special. No. Special like he needs something special in his life. So I have contacted a dog priest to perform an exorcism on Otis. Now, look, it's not as harsh as you think, and it's not as spiritual as you think. Okay? You just dangle some little chew toys around his face, and then you take some doggy water and you put it right here. And you pray that one day your dog will respect you enough to not pee on your stuff a year later. And so he's an exorcism. I used to joke about an exorcism, but now I am dead serious. He's going to be exorcised. He is going to be told that the power of Christ compels him, and that he's to listen to humans, not the other way around. Something's got to change, folks. And don't tell me you could fix my dog because you can't. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are. I don't want to hear it. Don't even dare leave me a comment saying, Josh, what you're doing wrong. Don't tell me nothing. Not a word. Just let me be frustrated. Let my dog pee where he wants and not shame me. I'm doing my best. I've done my best. Right, Dawn? We've all done it. We've all tried. It's, just not that easy.
I've done my best. It's hard, that's real tough.
Yes, sir. It is tough. Now I know what Dawn was talking about.
I've done my best. It's hard, that's real tough.
We're connecting dots. We're connecting dots, folks. And I'm gonna even tell you something else. I was like, you know what? If I can just somehow catch him in the act by surprise and just like scare him, maybe it'll all go away. He doesn't get scared. Never. Only when he sees a light from like 75 miles away or a garbage truck. Anything else, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Nothing scares him. He's not scared of me in the least. And the thing is, I don't want him to be scared of me. I just want him to not pee on my stuff. So that's it. That's not a lot to ask for. But, he's now, guess what? Seance. All right? Pull out the Ouijas. Do whatever you got to do. Get spiritual with him. He needs the power of Christ. Immediately. Because what I'm telling you is, he absolutely super soaked my very nice Carhartt t-shirt. And it was white. And now it's not. And he owes me a Carhartt. Of course, he's not worth a damn. He doesn't make any money. He doesn't have benefits. He's not self-sufficient in any way. The only way he knows how to survive is ask me for food. Well, so, this is actually a pretty... I like the comment, why not just pee on his stuff? And belly bands may help him squeeze. So why not just pee on his stuff? Because his stuff is my stuff, Boo Boo Bear. His stuff is around my stuff. And I have opposable thumbs and he doesn't. And something has to separate us from the animals. Something. I don't know what it is, but something does. You tell me. It's unbelievable. I just, too much. Let me see here. And the call-in number is 858-299-2504. Have a take. Don't suck. And if you're calling to give me doggy advice, you might as well hang the phone up, because I will drop that call like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I got the kid. Drop it like, I swear I will. I swear. I'm not a mean guy, but I'll drop your call. I'll do it. 858-299-2504 is the number to call. Don't do it. You don't want to be on the other end of that. Trust me. You don't want it. You don't want this smoke. Not tonight. Trust me, not tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look here at, let's see, do it the big monitor. Why not pee on this stuff? Okay, that comment's got to go. It's got to go. We're going to ride around Moscow here. It's actually Moscow, but so it sounds as though that law enforcement is really, really, really ramping up with this white car business. Now, the white car business, I did hang up on Coy Boy. I'll hang up on him again. Dude, I don't want to, like, Coy Boy emailed me the other day. He's really a fish. I don't even know what to tell you, like, other than that's the truth. He sent me like 5 pictures. All of them, his head was a fish. Like, the rest of his body's human, but everything else is like a fish. A fish. He looked like a fish, I swear. I swear. And this is courtesy of the interview room. We love Coy. Yeah, Coy's great. But he's really a fish. Like, you don't understand. He's a fish. Show you. Oh, man. All right. Maybe I will. Hold on. I'm sure Coy somehow, some way wanted this to happen. It says urgent proof. Okay, well, here we go. Remember, you asked for it. Okay, so there's a good one. Let's see what else Coy got for us here. There's another one. That's another. I told you he's a fish. He has a koi mask. Like, it's not. I'm not kidding. Hi, Fluzzy B. That's koi again. Okay. And then the one that is really weird is this one. Like, it was like a photo shoot. You know? Here you go. Here, you'll love this one. It's your boy Coy. That's what it says. That's him, Coy. So, Not of sound mind. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, we did ask to see his face, proven spooky. That's true. We actually did. We actually did. I don't know. It's just like, this is like the worst show of all time. Like we're at rock bottom when we're talking about like there's a character now on the show that identifies as a fish, and I allowed that somehow to manifest itself into a thing, and now we're having issues. I should have nipped it in the bud, and I didn't nip it in the bud. And like, I didn't nip it in the bud. I should have nipped it in the fin, the bud, the whatever, the gills. I should have nipped it in the gills from the get-go. And now we have a fish. We have a fish on the show. Yeah, Caitlin, you did that on purpose. Let's see. First thing we need to do is get Koi Boy a girl. He says that he has a girlfriend. He says that his girlfriend watches this show. Now, if you are real, Koi Boy's girlfriend, I'm going to need you to reach out to somebody and make sure that everybody's safe and that we're all good. Okay? If you're real, okay? Because Koi's not here tonight. I don't know where Koi is. He's on the other side of his pond for now. Okay? But we want you to be safe. Yeah. Well, Josh, not many can say, no, you know what? Cindy, did you get a P.O. box yet? No, sorry. I really haven't. Where the wind blows, $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. If Koi shows up, we should probably alert right away. Single Mama 4. Best show ever. I literally said it was the worst show ever. But I like your take much more. Yeah. Fish swim where they swim. Yep, they sure do. All right. So what is here? Yeah, I wasted a half an hour on fish and dogs and piss. Fish and dog and piss. Denise in the house. Let me see. I don't know where the phone. I forgot the phone number. God dang it. We are out of our minds. Out of control. What? Single Mama 4 became a member. She's been a member. Denise. Otis rocks. Thank you, Denise. He does all right. Julie, you're welcome. Such a fun show. The show hasn't started. The show has not started. I appreciate but the show, honestly, we haven't even talked about what we need to talk about. That's all right. We can talk about whatever we want, but I do definitely want to talk about this Moscow. This is the case that just keeps on growing by the day, by the second. It just like police are now going to other towns near Moscow to obtain video footage of what they believe might be the car of interest, which I find amazing. But what happens is the search has now expanded. And that is what it is. But let me tell you something. I can't imagine a scenario. I think I scared everybody off before they could even call. You know what I mean? Let me move this up a little, but that's okay. I don't know if it's okay, but I did it. I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not talking about Otis. I just won't do it. I refuse. So, it is very interesting. And there's an interview that I want to play for you with this vape shop guy. And look, I'm not saying that this guy has anything to do with anything, but he's most definitely a vape shot guy. I'm telling you, if you call and you mention the dog with any advice, you know what's going to happen. And that's not me being mean either.
Oh, good.
You know?
Oh.
It's not me being mean. It's just, you'll be hit with this.
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
And I don't want to use that. I don't want to use that, but I will. Okay? I'll do it. So if you're brave enough and you can talk to me about something other besides my stupid, idiotic situation with my dog, I'll have to hit you with the high noon.
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
And I don't want to do that to you, but I'll do it. Think I won't do it? I'll do it. I'm not a mean guy. I'm a nice guy. I've only had to use it one time, and it was about somebody. Dee's not even like hiding her weirdness from me. She's like, he is weird. Tell me how you really feel about me. Yeah. I mean, you can call and look, people are starting to call right now. And
That's not a good call. No.
You can talk about your dog, or you can talk about this case, but I don't want to hear how you train your dog. I don't want to hear about how well your dog listens. Not tonight, maybe another night. I don't want to hear about any of that. You want to talk about any case? Fine. You want to talk about what kind of dog you have? Fine. You tell me how good he behaves?
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
You know what I mean? And immediately off, like I'm looking at the phone calls, and like there's like a bunch of unknowns. So who knows who this is? I mean, who knows? But if they bring up a dog, go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, Josh.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Guess who this is?
Is this Granny?
No.
Single mom? No, it's not.
Almost. I'm the Grammy Ma.
Yes. Well, it never
Grammy Ma.
It never
Cindy.
tells. Yeah, it never tells me. And I'm not good with names or voices. I'm not. I'm terrible.
I'm Cindy, the one that says that Otis rules. Don't hang up. How's your grandmother?
Oh yeah, she's great.
Good.
Yeah. How's yours?
Good. My grandmother passed along. I'm old. My grandmother's been gone years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's up in heaven. So anyway, I just want to say I'm very proud of Chris. That white car was unbelievable. I watched it and I watched it over and I watched it over and I watched it over. But I don't have the technique to bring it in, close up and all that.
Oh, so
But
so
I
you're
saw
talking
it.
about the
And
show
then
yesterday?
Hannah, she said it came back. I can't see it. I'm keep looking for it.
Yeah.
But I believe them because everybody else saw it.
Right.
Is that unbelievable?
Well, it's funny.
And then people are saying that he's making this all up. It's right there in camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, look.
Excuse me.
Yeah, trust me. So it's funny. So
It's unbelievable.
So tomorrow, I believe on his show, he's gonna. I don't exactly know what he's gonna talk about, but I am working on that video for him, and we're gonna get in and focus in as much as we can on the car to just satisfy our curiosities. And I'm not saying we'll have a definitive answer, but it's something that I have been working on. So.
Well, it's like he says, it may not be anything, or it could be something. That's the bottom line. That's it. He's not right.
Well, that's the thing is that, like, first of all, the to infer that he may have thrown this glove there. There are people out there that have said that to me and just spouted it across the universe. And just because that's something that they might do.
Well, Inside Edition said that he flew into Idaho.
Yeah.
I corrected them on that.
He flew right in
No,
on
he
an
didn't.
Airstream. And by the way, he's been in Idaho working a case.
That's what I told them.
Long before this happened. So it wasn't like
I know.
people make it seem like he went all JLR and, blew probation and showed up.
Yes.
He's been embedded in a case for I don't know, it seems like a long time.
It has been a long time.
But so here's the other thing. What if they what does it matter? What does it matter if he saw the glove and it could have been, like you said, it could be absolutely nothing. And by the way, he doesn't talk about it like it is some big deal. He just says, yeah, I saw it.
He said it could be something and it maybe not.
Right.
It could be the murderer coming back to the scene, just like that white car in the back. That's what he's saying.
Right.
He's not saying, look, right. But one thing is, I have to say, is from what I understand, Ellie came in there. They haven't had a murder there in years.
Right.
I'm not knocking the LE.
Yeah, me neither.
I think that his expertise. I think Chris can help them. And I believe that they are accepting his information. I think they're open to it.
I
hope they are.
I just look. I know the guy personally. We've spent time together, just talking and getting to know each other over
you're
the last.
good friends.
Yeah, we are really good friends, and we're not just acquaintances. We are good friends, and
you bonded together. God sent you to him, and him to you.
And that's the thing is that
that's all there is to it.
We always say this to each other when this YouTube thing is over, and it will be someday. When it's all gone, we're still going to be friends. None of that matters, right? So, but I get a lot of things. People are always telling me. Some people say, "Well, I like you, but Chris, this or that." Look, here's the thing. I honestly do not care if somebody doesn't like him just because. I don't care. That's up to them. But to just lie about somebody, that's where it gets awful.
Yeah.
And there are people that have told me, I'm sure there are people that watch him that don't like my personality. That's fine. Just don't lie about it. Just don't tell Porky's, you know what I mean? Because that's what's happening.
When there's nothing to stir.
Well, that's just what's happening. There's the things that people claim.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Chris McDonough is not a liar.
No, he's not.
He says God is first. He puts God first, and he doesn't play around. He doesn't throw gloves. He doesn't make a car drive in the back. He doesn't do any of that.
No.
And it does upset me because my a very good friend of mine, I have law enforcement in my family, I have a lawyer in my family, but a very, very good friend of mine who passed away. He was a homicide detective in Massachusetts. And he was just like Chris. If him and Chris would have met, they would have hit it off. And Chris reminds me of him so much that sometimes I'm like, it brings tears to my eyes because he's that level-headed, that big heart, but common sense. And he had that detective eye. And he's just a great man, Chris. And his wife is a lot like Mom Correa. And she is, but Mom Correa, when Dad retired, she said no more. He would have done exactly what Chris is doing now, but she wouldn't let him. She had enough of it. She was scared.
Right.
He almost lost his life a few times, and she was like, "That's it, Tony, you're done." So, anyway,
look,
I just wanted to let you.
Amy says right here, do people really, truly think Chris planted the glove he saw? That's reaching so ridiculous. Chris is awesome too. No, they don't. But it's funny.
Some people want to say that to make him look bad. I don't know why people want to make him look bad. I don't understand it. They're not open. They're not open-hearted people.
Well, let me tell you this.
They want to see bad.
Let me tell you this. There's a lot more people that like him than don't. And it's not
That's
close.
right.
I mean, like,
here's
the thing. Within a short amount of time, the guy, his channel has gone through the roof. There's a reason for that. You think that, and by the way, to everybody else that acts so sanctimonious about and forgive me if there are fans in the chat here of this person that I'm going to say who obsessed over Delphi for 6 years and didn't come up with a thing about it. And, are you telling me that that these people don't do the clickbait, that they're accusing others of things that they have done, and they're jealous because of how many people he can put?
Can I stop you right there?
Sure.
Chris doesn't do clickbait.
Never.
He tells you exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And you know what? The money he does make on YouTube, guess what he uses that for? Gas for the Airstream, to move along to go and help somebody. There's a big difference.
I think he was doing this before YouTube. Yeah, like
I'm saying though. So if the YouTube money helped him a little bit to get where he needs to be to help families that are missing, and he doesn't just do it for children, he does it for adults. He does it where his heart goes.
right.
So all those people that are, oh, he's getting a lot of money for this. What's he using it for? He could be using it and going to Hawaii with his wife. He's not doing that. He's actually working.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a subset here on YouTube that is obsessed with hating Chris. And, you know, I won't say, but it was somebody else. It was some fake profiler guy that I'm sure a lot of people like. But, you know, if you really knew the ins and outs of it, you might not, because a lot of the same things people accuse Chris of doing or have done in the past that he hasn't is actually on the other side of it here. And, you know, people are faking being profilers. People are pretending to, you know, act like they have morals. And I'll just flat out tell you that, you know,
they can't hold a candle to Chris. I'm sorry.
Gray Hughes can kiss my
I'm
ass.
sorry. And I wish I was in your shoes where I could call him and stuff like that, because he is just number one. And you are so blessed to have his friendship, because I had a friend like that. And Tony, Dad Correa, God bless you. And he's shining down on Chris. So I don't want to hold you up anymore.
That's all right.
But I do want to tell you one more thing.
If it's about the dog, I'm going to
One more thing. Otis rules.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
That's fine. Bye.
Bye.
You know, and they claim these moral ethics against, you know, the whole tragedy pimp thing. And there's not a bigger tragedy pimp out there than Gray Hughes. The guy literally threatens to shut his stream down if you don't super chat. He's, oh, it's not really worth my time. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, are you kidding me? And everybody's just okay with that? That's fine. That's fine. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's just it's the worst. So don't sit up there and mix it up in other chats and you know, and run your thin little lips about stuff. I just get sick of it. I get sick of it. So sanctimonious. Oh, I would never. You literally threatened to shut streams down because people aren't super chatting you. That happens. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's insane. And if you don't think he does, think again. And he is a hater and an angry man. So, suck on that, bubs. You know, I mean, look. Let's just get it out there. Let's just get it all out there. I don't know if people ask him what he does with the money. I don't know. I don't know. Did Gray used to be a cop? No. No, he didn't. Oh, Linda with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, you got people bashing Chris that have admitted to roughing up their mentally disabled child. I've heard, you know, you hear that one, or people who have exploited the Summer Wells case, or some fake drunk crybaby scientist with rotten teeth. He's not even a scientist. He's an accountant. And all he does is run his little mouth like he's smart. And like I said, if you have to tell people that you're smart, you're not. I'm just sorry. That's just how it is. I really think that it's just crazy. Morals and ethics and all this stuff. Come on now. Like, knock it off. Knock it off. Everybody's a dirtbag, including me. We're all, come on. We're all humans. We're all humans. Trish had an affair. I mean, why don't they talk about that one? What happened? I don't know what happened. That was mean. But Tiger got out of the cage. I just get tired of it. I get tired of it. It's ridiculous. Just, do what you do. You do what you, what the heck? Why do I see myself? What's going on here? I have no clue. What, does anybody, Peyton? Come on, man. Peyton, what's going on? What happened? Can we get this, fixed, my friend, please? You can get it fixed. No? Peyton. That last one was salty. I know it was. I liked it too. It felt good. Peyton, I mean, seriously, can you fix that box? Okay, that's not fixed. You just took it away. That's not, I wouldn't consider that fixed in any way, shape, or form. Just saying. God, are you serious? I mean, are you kidding me here? Seriously? Total chaos. Total chaos. The funny thing is, I don't even care what Gray does, at all. I don't care one bit. I don't watch his show. I hope he doesn't watch my show. I don't even care about him. But I'm just saying, for them to, they all show up and have this little rejects powwow. Boo! My life sucks. Oh my God, I feel so. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk to me about my dog either. Josh, be nice to Peyton. And like I said, the thing is, he's too classy to say anything, and I'm not. I eat with my elbows on the table. Yeah, I mean, this weirdo guy that runs around claiming to just be so sanctimonious and the leader for the truth. I mean, it's dirtbag stuff is what it is, It's and the fact that, people go over to his channel and they go, "Oh, I used to be like that, but I'm not." And he goes, "Yes, my son. Yes, my daughter. You are so far beyond blessed in the scientific skepticism community." Well, what I heard tonight was a drunk, lonely man. And, come on. That's what I hear. A drunk, lonely man. An old, drunk, lonely man. It is what it is. You know. Let me see here. Is he streaming me? Somebody tell if he's streaming me, I'm going to shut his stream down. Just don't wear the P shirt before bed. No, I won't. I won't. I'm just looking to see if that's what he's doing.
That sounds to me not like the contribution of YouTube True Crime. It looks like it's just
I'm not saying his name. Nobody else say his name because I don't want, I don't actually want people to watch his show. Yes, Chris and Josh are great together. Sassy. I know. I'm a little out of pocket tonight, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody else runs their mouth. Everybody else runs their mouth, man. Everybody runs their mouth. So it's just like, you know, whatever. Whatever. They're just so funny, man. They just watch everything. Hi, Skep. How you doing, buddy? Doing all right? Doing all right? I mean, just come on, dude. Go away. Can we give him a... We can't get... Nah, we won't give him any name. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, click the like button, please. Please. Love that. Like, first of all, I don't even know what a social scientist is. I was thinking about it, and it sounds, you know, made up. You know, basically you're the moral police or something like that. But, you know, I don't know. Sherry, my show. I mean, yeah. Well, whatever. Whatever. It's like, dude, I just, you know, I get it, Sherry. Yeah, the perimeter is expanded. What else you want to know? Hold on. I'm getting there. Okay, let's see.
understand, because trying to put the pieces together wasn't obvious. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's I've touched on the topic a lot and it's a lot bigger than true crime. It's
Whatever. Okay. So let me just bring this up. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. No, I promised. I promise. Sorry, guys. I know. I get out of hand sometimes, but it's fine. Care nothing about them. Let's see where they talk about the expansion. And then I'll change. Big monitor, small.
But his store didn't have a camera
Peyton.
facing.
Okay. Let's do this again. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. I think I had it on slow, so let me just fix that. I know. We're getting back to normal. Just let me have my rant.
Outside, and we're going to show you some video that was shot near
I don't
Phil's
care nothing about
Family
those people,
Foods
for real.
last night in Kendrick. Police reportedly asked the store for surveillance video from November 12th through November 14th, and the murders of those 4 University of Idaho students happened on the morning of November 13th. So far, there's been nothing in those videos to help police, but Moscow police say that obtaining as much video as possible is their best bet at making a breakthrough.
Just consider how much video there is to collect and what you would think of to do, and that's what they're doing. Any surveillance video we have is definitely part of what is moving us forward as far as progressing in the investigation.
And Andrew, police today say they're still looking for the occupants of that white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra that was spotted near the scene on the night of those murders. And police say there are over 20,000 registered cars in Washington State and Idaho fitting into that criteria, and they're getting tips on that Elantra from across the country. Andrew.
So, Jake, I don't know if you can offer any reporting on this. Fox News and Fox News Digital have been kind of providing us windows into, the thinking of some of these grieving parents, and they're quite upset with the lack of information that the police have been providing, and so there's been a lot of testy and fiery rhetoric from them. No doubt they are experiencing something they never thought they would be experiencing. Have we heard from any of the parents or the family and friends of some of these victims in the last, week?
So, Andrew, I have not heard from any of the parents or friends of the victim. Did talk to some students on campus this week before they left for winter break who are feeling a little better, a little, safer with this, what they say is an isolated incident over a month out. At least that's what they're hoping. But the parents have been saying some things, and it's just been a slow trickle of information coming out within the last day or so. We've learned more about the car with that 20,000 registered cars that fit into the criteria of what they're looking for. Again, today talking about police expanding their search. It's just little baby steps in this investigation. We'll see if there's anything that leads to a breakthrough coming up in the next few days.
And Jake, I also had a quick question. And maybe, when you see some law enforcement officials there in Moscow, you can maybe ask them, we're now a month removed, or a little more than a month removed, since the stabbings took place. For them, I'm curious, why do you think it took so long to maybe, come up with these ideas of, surveillance video in the area from nearby gas stations, other establishments, to go and collect that? What do you make of that?
Well, Andrew, what police have said this week is that there's just a flood of tips and information coming into them every day that they have to sort through. They have to kind of figure out, what is a good tip and what isn't, and separate that. On the good tips, try to follow those. So it's just that flood of information coming in that they're trying to sort through, and then figuring out slowly, okay, where are we looking? Do we need to look more outside of Moscow? Can we look at that gas station? Can we look at Phil's Family Foods where they might have something? We saw the other day that a gas station here in Moscow had an image of what looked like a white sedan, similar description to the car that police have been asking the public for information for several days. So it's kind of organizing all of the information that they have coming in and figuring out what the next steps exactly are that they need to take.
All right, Jake Alexis there live for us in Moscow. Jake, we're going to be checking in a little bit later tonight, so we'll talk again. Thanks. Okay, in the meantime, we do want to let you watch and listen to the latest update put out by Moscow law enforcement officials on their YouTube and Facebook pages. It's about 1:30, but it has kind of what Jake was describing about the voluminous number of pieces of data and information that they are pouring over to try to get a break in this case. Let's listen.
Students are returning home for winter break. Does that present challenges for the investigation?
I think it's always a little bit of a challenge. We went through this, right after Thanksgiving and all that, but we have investigators all across the nation. We have investigators all across the state with the state police and the FBI. So we'll adapt to that and we'll continue to do our investigation.
Thank you, Sherry.
What about investigators? Can they keep up this investigative pace over the holidays?
We will continue to keep up this pace. We're giving individuals time off when they need it. We're augmenting other people into those spots so that the investigation continues, but we're not going to stop investigating this.
What kind of progress has been made regarding the search for information about the white Hyundai Elantra?
We have looked at massive amounts of video footage, especially in the critical camera areas, and we've looked at the 24 hours prior to and 24 hours after of those, and now we're extending that out even further to other cameras and other time frames. What
kind of manpower does it take to really deal with all of the video coming in?
Did you say that you coming to my stream to strike it? That way, you're talking about my stream?
Different groups looking at the different videos in different locations.
I'm confused by that. Just asking.
We have investigators all across the nation.
It's okay if you do. I just don't care.
Reviewing these videos for us and sending us back information on that.
Thought we were close.
Okay, that was Moscow Police Chief James Fry there with a very, very brief update on what some of the procedures in the investigation look like going forward. I just want to put up this map yet again that we referenced in Jake Alexis's report about how the search has been now expanded, somewhat of a 30-mile radius there.
The call-in number
are asking for surveillance video in both of these locations. They're in Kendrick, Idaho, south of Troy.
858.
They're looking for surveillance video from
858-299-2504.
From that store on the night of the murder when that happened. And then they're also looking for more information in Troy as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
For surveillance video there. And we also just want to put up a statement from Moscow police, that accompanied this video statement by Chief Fry today. They say, quote, after sorting through the majority of the digital content gathered from critical cameras during crucial times before and after the homicides took place, investigators continue to comb through hours and hours of digital content submitted by businesses, homes, and the public. The investigative pace will not slow down for the weekend or the holidays, and the departure of University of Idaho students returning home for winter break is not expected to cause any slowdown in the investigation.
All right, so basically they're just saying that it has expanded. Jack the Ripper. I wonder where that's going.
It would just be me.
Wait, what happened? I don't want to play court. I don't like playing court TV. Yeah, and Vroom, you're right about that too. Let me see here. Let me go back to the phones. Remember. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. But I will do it. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? It's Danielle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I was the one on Sweetie Pie Love's channel.
Yeah, you're a mod. You're a mod over there, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was talking to you. Yeah. What do you think? What's your take on this? Like, what's your whole thing? Like, what do you think about the sorority, or not the fraternity? I guess.
Well, it sounds like I've heard that they were at the couple, Ethan and
Xana and Ethan. Yeah,
they were at a party, and I heard that there was a dispute or something along those lines. But I can't verify that, and I don't know if all that information is good or not. But if that is true, it would not surprise me in the least if it goes back to somebody at the school. But the problem is with this white car, whoever owns that white car knows exactly that the cops are looking for them, and they have not came forward a week later.
Yeah. And it's like they're avoiding.
Oh, they're hiding
to the cops, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
absolutely
what I
hiding.
thought too about this car, and that they have to be either. I don't know. Why would they be? I'm thinking, do they go to the college, or are they with a fraternity, or are they an older person that was a lookout or something? I don't know. You know.
Well, so what
I'm trying to figure that part out.
What the police officers or what the chief said was that they have a lot of people working the case, and they do, and they're going to be scouring through all that stuff. Now, the way that I've been told that it's done is, you get a bunch of, I don't know, analysts or whatever that they do, and they get 500, you take 500, you take 500, and then we just keep going. So, I mean, it does, take some time. They're going to just be narrowing everything down. But that just takes a lot of time, even with the amount of people that they have working on this case.
Yeah, but I do think I think they might have somebody in mind, but they're just holding it to,
Oh, I believe they do too. I believe they have for a while.
Yeah, and I just think that, do you think there's maybe a couple people in this, or do you think it's like a one person thing?
I think it's a one person thing. It'd be pretty hard to keep this big of a secret amongst 2, 3, 4 people. Somebody's going to say something.
The only thing I was thinking is maybe a getaway person, but I don't know about that either. Like, I think it's one person or a lookout, like that. I don't think it was someone doing the stabbing or anything else. I think that was one person alone.
Right. Yeah, I do too. I think it's one person.
I just wonder.
And I think that this person knows at least one, if not all of them.
Yeah. Who do you think? I mean, and what do you think when the dad said that Haley had the more significant wounds or whatever? Did that give you any
I
don't know.
I actually, I've thought about this, and I have several thoughts on that situation.
Yeah.
I really feel terrible for him, and
Oh, I know.
And
the people who was going after him, that was not okay. I don't think.
There's really no reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to. But so what I think is maybe the medical examiner gave him some information. He does not have a copy of the autopsy. He doesn't.
Right.
I think he thinks that he did, but he doesn't.
My fiance died.
He's not. I mean, it's an
my
open murder
fiance-
investigation.
And my dad got murdered too. So this April. And
wow.
so we don't.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we don't. I didn't. Yeah, it's been rough, very rough. But
you said
anyways,
it happened in
the whole
April.
point I was bringing up. Mm-hmm.
Did they get the killer?
No, they haven't yet, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it was crazy. It was a stabbing as well, and it was just. They think it was one person that knew my dad very closely, but because my dad had video footage. Whoever it was wiped the video footage, wiped his phone out, everything. And to what I was getting to is that even on the autopsy, part, I didn't get that back for 6 months.
Right.
I'm like, just got it within a couple of months ago. So, I mean, I don't think they would have their daughters either, is what I was getting to on that point. That fast anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't get that stuff that fast.
So it took them, 6? So they did give you an autopsy report?
Yeah, they did. Listen, they said it would take up to 6 to 8 months because with how COVID hit, everything backed it all up.
Yeah.
Right. Or where I'm at in Oklahoma, anyways. So and it took about 7, 8 months, really. And then I got it back, and that's when we got the autopsy back. So I don't know how he could have known unless it was just a funeral and, he saw his daughter or something. I don't know.
Well, I think that the medical examiner probably said something.
Yeah, true.
Which is,
I mean, yeah, I could see that because they explained to me my dad's stab wound.
Yep, I'm sure they did.
Because I'm the oldest. So, and I was doing all the, getting stuff ready and blah, blah, blah. So, and I had asked questions like that, and they did tell me details like that. But I didn't see it,
Do you think they'll solve it?
So, what? This Idaho case?
No, your father's murder.
I don't know. It's been since April. I mean, and now it's December. I mean, I still talk to the two detectives, and I mean, we've hired my dad's brother hired a private investigator even, and we think they might have got out of town, whoever it was, because we have nothing to go off of hardly. I mean. There was no weapon left. There was nothing. It looked like a fight literally happened in his house. I mean, because when I had to go and pack up all his stuff, like, it was gruesome. I mean, horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anybody to see that kind of stuff, and even the smell, like, how just this whole thing of seeing how they had to open the windows in that house. I had to do that. It's a terrible thing. And that smell, I mean, I hate to say this and be graphic, but like it stays on the clothes until you wash it. Like it's weird. I don't know.
The smell.
Yeah, because my dad, we talk to. Well, I talk to my dad usually like every week, you know. But I'm 32 now. I'm grown, and you know I have kids, and I do my thing, you know. So I don't call him like every day. And I have a half brother, and he was over there, and he smelled something. And my half brother is 20, and my half sister is 18. And so his brother went over there and found him dead, you know. And he was the autopsy person said he was dead at least for a week in his house.
Oh, before he was found.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So that's why it smelled so bad, you know.
Sure,
and,
yeah. I mean, that would... Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
No doubt.
I mean, it's something you never forget. You never forget. It's weird, and that's why I think of these poor parents and what they're going through, especially at the end of their kids, you know. But I don't know if they're going to solve my dad's, honestly. And it's sad because he was only, you know, 47, 46.
Well,
so
let me first say this. I'm extremely sorry that this has happened to your family. You know, I come from a family that has had a murder in it as well.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know, like I said, it's just awful. It really is awful that people think that they can, that it's their right to just take other people's lives. It's the most valuable thing that we have, and people take it.
Yeah, and it's not fair. And it's like, I have anger. Obviously, you have anger for that person, right? But it's like, I know that my dad wouldn't want me to hold that anger, and he would want me to just let the detectives take care of it and do their job. And if they find them, they find them. And if they don't, then, you know, it is what it is, you know. But I just hope that person doesn't do it to somebody else. Is what's scary, you know. But I think they intentionally did this to my dad. And that's what, you know, with the Idaho case, it looks like very intentional there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't...
And it's like...
doesn't get any more personal.
Who's the main person with it after is what I just wonder, you know?
Right.
Because sometimes people are saying Xana and Ethan, and some people are saying, what's her name? I forgot it all of a sudden. That's wrong. I'm sorry. What is it? Kaylee. Okay. Her, you know, about her wings. So it's like, it's all up in the air. There's so much like speculation. It's like, what do you go to, you know? But I don't know. I think that they'll end up solving it. I really do.
Oh, the Idaho murders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I think that they're probably further down that road than we probably think. You know, we're kind of, the public is kind of the last to know. You know, they're probably a few more steps ahead. And I'm telling you, with this expanding of the area, they're tracking this car. That's what they're doing. Yeah. So if they have the car near the house, then the gas station, and then say 12 miles down the road, they're tracking this car. This person who drives this car, whether it is a Hyundai Elantra or not, if it turns out to be a Ford Focus, for God's sake,
right,
the person knows that they're being looked at.
Yeah, and you can tell I mean, it's all over the news. This person knows.
I'm thousands of miles away and I hear about it every day. And
Yeah,
my
exactly.
son, my 17-year-old son hears about it. And by the way, he doesn't watch my show because he doesn't like it. He doesn't think Daddy's talented.
Aw, our kids aren't like that, aren't they?
Tiger got out of the cage.
It's true. And my son gives me hell all the time. He's 15, and I'm like, oh my god, but he's 6'6", and I'm 5'1".
Mine is too. They're huge.
And he's like, I know, it's like, what are they putting in this generation of kids? I don't understand it.
And I agree with you that it's, but no, it's all over the place. It's on TMZ, it's on Fox News, it's on CNN, Newsmax. And by the way, my son never said I wasn't talented, but it's inferred, son, when you don't watch my show. Okay, son? Daddy loves you.
Yeah.
But we'll talk later about it. But yeah, it's just, this person knows. This person knows.
Oh yeah,
that they're being looked for, and
they obviously know something. They need to know something really critical, or they wouldn't be avoiding it so bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be something that they really know, like maybe who it is, or I don't know, maybe it's them. Who knows? But that's really weird. And what is it about? I heard about the gas station thing, but was it what they were parked there or something?
The video?
Yeah, with them at the gas station.
So it sounds like that they were at a gas station today collecting more tape, but another gas station in town had some tape as well. And, so yeah, but I don't know. All I know is that they have now left the town to retrieve evidence. And
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now they're in another town. And matter of fact, let me see, because that's kind of the theme of the show when I'm not being psychotic.
No, you're just hilarious. You're not psychotic.
Some say it's tomato. Let's see. Oh, I want to watch the vape shop guy too. Have you heard that?
Okay. No, I haven't. I'll go ahead and get off here so you can play those.
Well, I appreciate you calling. And once again, honestly, they can't give up on your father's case. Keep calling them, asking them what's the progress.
Yeah.
Don't get frustrated with them. I know that's just a thing that I can say because, I'm on the outside looking in, and being frustrated and upset and angry is all part of it. But, I truly believe in law enforcement that if they can solve it, that they will. But you gotta, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and you gotta just check in with them and be like, hey, it could take years, but they need they need to pay for what they've done.
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys
I feel that
justice.
way too. And yeah, and I mean, my uncle, my dad's brother, he's definitely been calling consistently.
Good.
He's not giving up, and I'm not either.
No,
but
I know.
I just haven't. I just call in probably once every 3 months, but he's calling every month. I mean, he's calling.
Maybe
I mean, hopefully
every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's not.
I pray.
Look, there's nothing wrong with, checking in on your father's case. I mean, that's their job, and it's not like there are people that blow their phones up every day, and but just and I honestly, if there's anything, any progress or anything, I mean, keep me updated. You can email me. Obviously, I don't intend to share that or anything, but that's terrible.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I appreciate your help and telling me to do that, because I was kind of giving up, actually, and
never
for you to tell me just to keep going.
My dad's been locked away for 30-something years, and I still fight to keep him in jail because of what he did to my mom. I'll never give up. And
amen. Yeah.
It's just am I excited that this is part of my life? No, but it is part of my life, and I have a responsibility. It's tough. It's really tough. I know it is.
Yeah.
So keep fighting for them. Keep fighting for justice. And look, if there's anything that we can do to help, I mean, I would love to.
All right. Well, I appreciate everything, and
thank you.
God bless you. And I'll be on.
Do you have any dog advice, by the way? I'm going to let you give me some dog advice, and I'm not going to hang up on you. I swear, if you want to tell me,
I don't.
Go ahead, rip into me. Tell me I'm a terrible dog owner and I need to do this. You have the floor.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want to. All right.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Great caller. I mean, we really do get some of the best callers, and rarely miss. We rarely miss. Okay, the vape guy. Let's go, Vapor. Brian Enton at it again. Oh, here he is. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. This is an interesting one.
But I want to start with that story confirming that Kaylee had a stalker. So take me to that whole situation with the business in town and what you found out.
Yeah, this was interesting, Ashley, and we didn't expect it. We went to this vape shop in downtown Moscow looking for surveillance video. I mean, we've been going all over the place just trying to get any new information. And the manager actually knew Kaylee and Maddie. They had been there 6 or 7 times. And then he had a lot to say about the potential of this stalker. Listen to what he told me.
By the way, before I mean, honestly, I appreciate his interview, but like, you couldn't come off any weirder. And I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that this guy has anything to do with it. None. I know nothing about him. Nor do I want to, but this is an interesting conversation.
So Kaylee and Maddie would both come in very happy, very friendly. You know, they always were just such a smile on their face. Just like pretty much you would say they're the light of the world, pretty much. You know, always happy, go lucky. They always came in just chatting. They always came with a group, like I said. They probably, I'd say 4 or 5 girls at most, all the time. They come in together. And I made a joke about it earlier. It was like, you know, hey, you know, coming together and stuff like that. You know, just it's nice to see you girls trying to stay safe. One of them more or less openly says, oh yeah, we've had a friend of ours be stalked before, so this is kind of why we all travel in a group like this. And just
was it Kaylee who said that? Do you remember?
No, it was Maddie who actually said that. So
what a weird thing to say to a group of, I mean, is that your way of flirting? Oh, thank God you guys travel in packs because it's dangerous. I don't know anybody that just says that out of the blue, except this guy. Once again, it had nothing to do with anything. I'm not accusing this guy of a thing in the world.
Maddie said it, and it was kind of like more mentioning, like motioning to Kaylee.
But I like his hair. It's cough.
To like who was right next to her, so you could tell that like they obviously all were trying to keep Kaylee safe, you know, and to be there for her as good friends. And then yeah, to know that few weeks later, now I won't see them, anymore, anything like that. So it's crazy.
How long before the murder about was that?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks beforehand, because I was telling them I hope they had a good Thanksgiving break and everything like that too, because I didn't know if I'd see them again. So, because with a lot of the times with the kids, with the way after the pandemic, some of the kids leave in waves. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to see you this week.
I mean, he's your prototypical vape guy. That's who he is. He's a vape guy. Vape guy.
Or not. Hey, hope you have a great, Thanksgiving with your family, and that was the last I saw them.
Did they elaborate any more on the stalker comment?
They more or less kept making the comment that
I got no problem with vape guy.
It always seemed to happen either by the campus or down on Main Street. And the last time the Kaylee more or less made it sound like it seemed like it was down on Main Street, and that the person was coming from like around the Corner Club area, and then as far as I remember, it's the guy who ended up like trying to go and talk to her, and then he gave up on it and he ended up walking away. So she thought she was being stalked up to a certain point, and then look.
If you lined up 60 different people in a row and you came up to me and you said, Josh, and everybody, looks different. Some may look similar, some may look not. And you say, Josh, I need you to point out to me which guy you think manages a vape shop. As soon as I locked eyes on this guy, I wouldn't even, if he was at the front of the lineup, I wouldn't look down any further. I'd be like, there's vape guy.
Looked behind her, and he was no longer behind her. So
I just want to make sure that I get it right. So just tell me again exactly what you remember.
Just more or less, I made a joke about them being in a group, and they just said, yeah, one of our friends motioning to Kaylee that she'd been stalked recently, and so that had people constantly following her around. And it's not just a one-off thing, that this is apparently something that Kaylee had tons of issues with. That apparently she always had somebody who's constantly walking behind her like that. So, and it was more so at nighttime when they were out there drinking and stuff like that. Because I asked them, like, is it at school? And she's like, no, when I'm at night, going out to the bars or coming back from the bars. And again, living down that way.
All right. I got a word for you. Decaf.
Did you specifically mention the Corner Club?
Not the Corner Club, but just in that general direction and stuff like that. So the only reason I would assume the Corner Club is because that's the only bar that's down in that area.
He did the robot.
There, living down that way, coming back from the bars. And again,
Rick
living
got
down
some
that way.
Mr. Roboto.
Not the Corner Club, but just in that general direction and stuff like that. So the only reason I would assume the Corner Club is because that's the only bar that's down in that area anymore now. So we used to have two. One was CJ's and then the Corner Club. It's just Corner Club now. Then a whole block before it mingles. So.
How many times did you see Kaylee and Maddie? How many times would they come to the store?
I'd say, now that I'm trying to think back in my head, I've only saw them maybe like 6-7 times total. So I say probably since the start of this beginning of this year.
Are you saying that I look like...
So we know that police have looked in...
A French bulldog? Is that what you're inferring? Because I feel like that's what you're inferring. But that's okay.
Into the possibility of there being a stalker. Latest we know from police is that they've never found anything to corroborate there actually being a stalker. They looked into an incident, Ashley, you might remember, from mid-October from a business downtown, and said there was nothing there that they could figure out that it was actually a stalking incident. We're not sure if that's the same incident that Kaylee and Maddie were talking to the vape shop manager about, but certainly interesting to hear him say that.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You would be surprised, and well, maybe you wouldn't, because I'm guessing that I'm guessing that most of the audience is female. Most. Not Thomas Randall. What's up, dude? I saw you earlier, too. What's going on? But you'd be surprised, or at least I was, like how many stalking cases there are. especially in today's day and age. It's let's see, but you're not French. Oui. Yeah. Roxanne says, now that I know that it's hair and not a hat, I have the strange obsession to run my hands through his hair. Roxanne, love you. Thank you for being here. Some things are better left unsaid, and sometimes ideas go to your thumbs or your hands and manifest it into the world. We're going to give you a mulligan on that because you know what? We're human. Let's see. This chat box thing sucks. Never works. Hair looks like a mushroom. It's probably greasy. Okay, enough with the vape shop guy. I'm done with vape shop guy. Oh, dang. Oh, whoa. Oh, boy. Sorry. Calm. All right. Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. I totally know what you mean. I was wrong to say anything about it. I'm sorry. Whew. That was intense. I want to watch Vape Guy again just for Roxanne. Sorry, Roxanne. It's not a hat, and you can run your hair. You can run your hands through his hair.
Told me.
So Kaylee and Maddie would both come in very happy, very friendly. You know, they always were just such a smile on their face. Just like pretty much you would say they're the light of the world, pretty much. You know, always happy, go lucky. They always came in just chatting. They always came with a group, like I said. They probably, I'd say 4 or 5 girls at most, all the time. They come in together. And I made a joke about it earlier. It was like, hey, coming together and stuff like that. It's nice to see you girls trying to stay safe. One of them more or less openly says, oh yeah, we've had a friend of ours be stalked before. So this is kind of why we all travel in a group like this. And just
was it Kaylee who said that? Do you remember?
No, it was Maddie who actually said that. So Maddie said it, and it was kind of like more mentioning, like motioning to Kaylee too, like who was right next to her. So you could tell that like they obviously all were trying to keep Kaylee safe, and to be there for her as good friends. And
I bet you this guy blows mad clouds.
Then yeah, to know that.
Well, he's got, and he probably doesn't even vape like in the cool way. You know what I mean? Like the cool way to vape is, I think it's like the pen, but he's probably got the big old brick. Vaping's bad, no vapes. It's like he used to. Yeah, that is kind of true too, huh? Oh, let's go to the vape shop.
A few weeks later, now I won't see them, anymore, anything like that. So it's crazy.
How long before the murder about was that?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
No. There's no cool way to vape. But what I'm saying is, like, I've seen, so they have the pin ones that kind of look like a cigarette. Calm down, Roxanne. You just look at his hair. And then there's those big, like, battery-packed ones, and you can hear them, like, gurgling when you're like, and then you blow fat clouds, bro.
Beforehand, because I was telling them I hope they had a good Thanksgiving break and everything like that, too, because I didn't know if I'd see them again. So, because with a lot of the times with the kids, with the way after the pandemic, some of the kids leave in waves. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to see you this weekend or not. Hey, hope you have a great, Thanksgiving with your family. And that was the last I saw them.
Did they elaborate any more on the stalker comment?
They more or less kept making the comment that it always seemed to happen either by the campus or down on Main Street. And the last time the Kaylee more or less made it sound like it seemed like it was down on Main Street and that the person was coming from like around the Corner Club area. And then as far as I remember, it's the guy who ended up like trying to go and talk to her and then he gave up on it and he ended up walking away. So she thought she was being stalked up to a certain point, and then looked behind her and he was no longer behind her. So
I just want to make sure that I get it right. So just tell me again exactly what you remember.
Just more or less, I made a joke about them being in a group, and they just said, yeah, you know, one of our friends motioning to Kaylee that she'd been stalked recently, and so that had people constantly following her around. And it's not just a one-off thing, that this is apparently something that Kaylee had tons of issues with. Apparently she always had somebody who's constantly walking behind her like that. So, and it was more so at nighttime when they were out there drinking and stuff like that. Because I asked them, like, is it at school? And she's like, no, when I'm at night, going out to the bars or coming back from the bars. And again, living down that way,
Did she specifically mention the corner club?
Not the corner club, but just in that general direction and stuff like that. So, the only reason I would assume the corner club is because that's the only bar that's down in that area anymore now. So, we used to have two. One was CJ's, and then the corner club. It's just corner club now. Then a whole block before it mingles. So.
How many times did you see Kaylee and Maddie? How many times would they come to the store?
I'd say, now that I'm trying to think back in my head, I've only saw them maybe like 6-7 times total. So I say probably since the start of this beginning of this year.
I got a request, and I kind of want to honor this request because this.
After the pandemic, some of the kids leaving waves, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to see you this weekend or not. Hey, hope you have a great Thanksgiving with your family, and that was the last I saw them.
Did they elaborate any more on the stalker comment?
They more or less kind of making the comment that it always seemed to happen either by the campus or down on Main Street. And the last time Kaylee more or less made it sound like it seemed like it was down on Main Street, and that the person was coming from like around the corner club area, and then like, as far as I remember, it's the guy who ended up trying to go and talk to her, and he gave up on it, and he ended up walking away. So she thought she was being stalked up to a certain point, and then looked behind her, and he was no longer behind her. So
I just want to make sure I get it right. So just tell me again exactly what you remember.
Just more or less, I made a joke about them being in a group, and they just said, yeah, you know, one of our friends motioning to Kaylee that she'd been stalked recently, and so that had people constantly following her around. And it's not just a one-off thing, that this is apparently something that Kaylee had tons of issues with. Apparently she always had somebody who's constantly walking behind her like that. So, and it was more so at nighttime when they were out there drinking and stuff like that. So I asked them, like, is it at school? And she's like, no, when I'm at night, going out to the bars or coming back from the bars. And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention the corner club?
Not the corner club, just in that general direction.
Specifically mention the corner club?
Living down that way.
Did she specifically mention
coming back from the bars? And again, living down that way. From the bars. And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention
from the bars? And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention
from the bars? And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically
from the bars? And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention the corner club?
From the bars. And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention the corner club?
No, from the bars. And again, living down that way.
Did she specifically mention the corner club?
Really quick, I got this email. I want to, because I think that this person is watching, and I want to respond to at least some of this. But the email is, and I'm not going to say who it's from or anything like that, but the email says, this title says, "You lied." That's what it said. The title says, "You lied." And this just says, "Just wanted to talk to you. Why did you lie today?" And say that you do not care if people do not like Chris, and that you will not do anything if people do not like Chris. Yet, what did you do? You blocked me from your channel. You had a hissy fit one night. And really hollered at me because you felt irritable. I was a member on your channel pretty much from when you came out with the Summer Wells case. Paid you for over a year, and you decided to not show my comments on your stream. And then you decided to holler at me excessively to put me down. And tonight you lied to us. I am still watching you. I shared my situation. I'm not going to read that part. So I would appreciate you to apologize to me, or just not to lie that you do not care, because you definitely did yell at me when I said something negative about Chris. Thank you for reading me if you have. Oh, and I use, okay, whatever. So how about showing some compassion and maybe apologize And I hate Gray Hughes too. He is the worst. Okay. So, let me just put this as clearly as I can. I do not care if you don't like Chris or anybody for that matter. I don't care. That's not my job, is to convince you to like him or whoever. That's not my job. My job is to do my show. And it's not that I don't care. I do care. You're right. I care. But I just don't like the lies. That's it. That's it. Now, obviously, he's a friend of the show. He's been a big supporter of me and my channel and me in general. He's my friend, okay? So, obviously, I'm not going to take too kindly to somebody just being negative about my friend. You don't have to like him. You don't have to watch him. You don't have to like me. You don't have to watch me. But you know he's my friend. And, you know, I kind of look at this as like, this is my house. And my rules. One of the rules is that we don't, the only person that's going to bash any other creator is probably me, and rightfully so, because it causes a lot of problems. So, like him, love him, I don't care. Just don't lie about it. And don't come in, like, he's a friend of the show. You know, you go to the other side where the other side doesn't like him. You know, I mean, that's just all it is. I don't, and first of all, I don't remember excessively yelling at anybody. So, but let's see. So I would like you, I like this. I would like you to apologize. I don't think I'm gonna apologize. Caller, go ahead.
Yes. My name is Ray. First time I'm calling. I just want to say I just like what you just said. You're outstanding, and Chris is really good. And don't let nobody drag you down.
I appreciate that. Did I hear you on another show earlier?
No, it's the first time I'm calling.
No, not on my show. Somebody else's show.
Oh, I've called Manimal, I've called Dolly, I've called a few shows, but the guys that are really into true crime. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Did you call Mel's show tonight?
I slept for you. No, I was. I couldn't get through.
Oh, okay.
I saw his show tonight, and
right on.
Yeah. But I'm gonna. Hello.
Oh, let me thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that.
Oh man, you guys are great, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Chris is outstanding. I like to watch the interview room. You guys, when you both put together, you guys really speak and explain things. You know what I'm saying? So anybody not you or Chris, they're wrong. You know, they just got to pay attention.
I appreciate that.
I know, and I think you guys work pretty good when he's on your panel or when he's on, you know, because he's a busy guy. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching tonight. Well, I've been watching it because I'm a retiree. I'm in the East Coast, so right now it's like 2:30 in the morning,
right?
And it's 3 hours behind it. You know, I mean, listen, Chris pulled out a video when I saw it early this morning. I think it was this morning or yesterday, last night, early morning hours, about the car behind the house.
Yeah.
Right, and I found that interesting. And then I just turned you on because Mel. I was watching Mel all night and everything, so I took a little break and stuff. And I just turned you on, and you was. I just noticed that you still have Brian Eden on the screen. So he pulled out something that I find interesting because I always listen to what Chris says, point of entry everywhere. Brian today, and it's on the YouTube there. He went behind, but except the neighbor didn't want him to continue going on, so he drove behind of another entry that's possibly they could go with. And Chris, I saw Chris. He drove all around. I saw his video and everything. I don't think he ever went back there. But to me, if you ever get a chance to talk to Chris, because it's very hard to get a hold of him on an interview. It was snowing, and I'm pretty sure if a person escaped through there and had blood stains, because the only thing I ask myself, where's the blood stain exiting out of the house? You see what I'm saying? But if they exit through there, and he showed the video that there was a car back there, maybe that was an escape route, and probably he had some drop, and there might be some DNA back there. So if the snow caught it, it freezes, and as it gets warm, it drops into whatever the soil or whatever, and they should have somebody check back there.
Right. No, so it's funny that you say that because when you see that car drive, so I went on, I think it was like Google Maps, and I went and looked at that road, and it's not a busy road at all. Okay. Now,
at all,
like at all. And you can even see on like Google Maps where you can see through, like it's a very wide open spot when they drive through. And, if that was the person, and if it was the next day, at that point, they are above suspicion. Okay. So the same way an arsonist likes to stand and watch the fire with everybody. And I don't even know, I'm not even saying like they're there to relive what happened the next day, but I think that they would definitely be, interested to see what exactly is going on there. Police presence, all that stuff, So, look, there's going to, I don't know. There's no way to know that.
There is no way until they really, the way I looked at it, they say they had, the way Brian said, back there, a lot of the houses have cameras. Did the law enforcement went back there to check? Because it's a small town, you know what I'm saying? And
for sure,
I'm pretty sure they reached out, you know what I'm saying, to get help, because it's a small little town. I think they rely on the university there, because I think what is it, like 20,000 more or less that lives there.
Yeah.
And the other half it's the university, so the income and everything comes through the university. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the force that they had, probably they didn't have enough for, and they also said they had rookies, so they had to reach out to get help from the FBI and other people, other sources, marshals, whatever, But they checked back there. You got this guy. I call him a zombie. He's a caffeine fanatic. He's happened to be down there right now, and I'm pretty sure you know who he is. He's another creator. He's another creator. You're laughing. I know you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
You don't want me to mention him, though.
I go for it, man. I did.
You got what's his Jay know. You got Jonathan Lee Richardson, but he, and the guy's smart because he really looking for everybody. I just certain things I don't like what he does, but certain things he does right. He mapped out the whole place. You see what I'm saying? He maps out the whole place, and now he's there.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason or another, the media, the people out there do help. You see what I'm saying? So what the law enforcement can't see, maybe somebody else sees, so they pick up on that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
So, you know,
crimes are
I mean,
solved by the public usually.
well, usually when I saw Chris say he found the glove, for instance, he saw the glove. First thing that came in my mind was O.J. Simpson. I said, well, they found gloves, but they footprints, and I mean, is it going to be solved? But then the more I look at it, and the more I see another clown. You know, they call it circus, crime circus. I think they call it. The guy, he put out video, and from the house in distance, and you see the white car, the guy's drinking a beer, and whoever's filming him right away takes the camera towards the house where the victims were.
Right.
And then he goes and turns the camera again to the sorority house, wherever the frat house, whatever they call it. And then he brings it back to the person, and it ends right there. But you see the white car. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I mean, it's like you say, the people does help. There are people out there that they're willing to help. But I saw this tape today with Brian Eden. I don't know if you've seen it yet, because I just saw it. So, you know, and it shows, they didn't, you know, Chris didn't go back there. He showed the back, but Brian showed that there was a passageway also. It's snowed in, but there's footprints. And there is a fence, chain fence in the back in a blue house. He asked permission to the owner, and he said it was a lady that said didn't want to have anybody back there. Where is the top where Chris's video, where he was showing, was the white car. So what Brian did was he got out, you know, he didn't go past that point. He came out, and he went around, and there is a road back there. And houses also with a lot of ring bells, you know, cameras and everything. So it's, I don't know. I mean, I still think there's somebody in there that it's between, it has to be inside that.
Oh, so is this the possible, okay, so I'm trying to find, okay, so it says Brian Inton explores Idaho killer's possible escape routes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the last one. It was on tonight.
Yeah, it just came out.
Put it up there for
the college
Hold on,
students.
right.
Yeah, take a look at it and let me know what you think.
If you came up that path,
for sure.
You could have parked up here somewhere.
You wanna jump off or you want to stay on? You're welcome either way.
No, I'll stay on.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't have another caller, you know, I just
who cares
I want to know
what
what
I
your
do?
thoughts, because I
like
find
you.
that interesting.
I
myself
like
too,
you.
know?
You're my caller right now.
This way and show you when you come around this
That
corner.
looks, by the way, that looks terrifyingly cold.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
an intersection
Well,
here. That's a dead-end street
the
that
winter
way.
time
This
for
way
you.
is not a dead-end street. This is Ridge Road. So Walenta Drive we were on, this is Ridge Road. You see there's a whole other neighborhood up here. Ton of houses. And that area down below connects to this whole area up here. So you saw, Ashley, go up that path, it connects to that.
A
I think that
same
was
way,
like way
getaway
too.
hard for people to get.
You know, not in the complex.
But you have had a chance to get a really good look at this, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna start
Or
from
that
the beginning.
kitchen window. But what if that assumption is just backwards? What if the killer actually approached the house from the backyard? That is effectively a hill and a wooded area that would provide a heck of a lot of cover even in the broad daylight. And if the killer that escaped the same way out, well, they could have easily slipped through those trees and climbed their way back up onto a street called Walenta Drive.
Right, and that's
where a getaway car could.
So, and if you go on Google Maps and you go to King Street, matter of fact, it's weird on Google Map, that is actually, it says Queen Street, but it's supposed to be King, I believe, but directly on that other side is Walenta, which is not a very big or not a very busy road at all. So that's Walenta.
Could easily
Well-
have been.
Go ahead.
That's what they're trying to explain. It's an easy access there in the back. Now you got to always remember, Google Maps is not always updated.
Well, you know, they
takes them
have
what,
the
maybe-
house blurred out now on Google Maps.
Oh yeah, and then another thing that I was like, I find it kind of odd that the other creator said when he did the creation, and now they have this house blurred, the one that you have there, but in the corner house before you get up to that street which is what, Taylor? What is it, where the girls live? They had a house for sale there, and they sold it, and they moved out 16 days after that. Or 6 days after that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do.
Who's to say it could be one neighbor or somebody that owned the house and they're getting a little tired about the frat parties or something like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's absolutely.
Let's
listen a little more.
So I asked Brian Enton to test out the theory, and he's back with me now live. A lot of times,
Enton is Banfield's whipping boy, by the way. Let's just be real.
Sometimes it's been.
Well, I know that. I mean, he started from the. I've been following you guys from Gabby Petitos, but believe me, I know who to follow and not to follow.
It's like, hey, what's in that toilet there, Brian? I'm not sure, Ashley. Well, go check it out, Brian.
It's been hard for people to get that view because, you know, it's a crime scene
like
tape.
them
You can't
both.
just wander
I like them
around. But
both.
you have had a chance to get a really good look at this, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's hard to get back there. There's an apartment complex. Honestly, the apartment manager has been, you know, not in the best of moods with everybody around, but we kind of became friendly with her, and we've been able to go back there. And it's not as wooded as you think. I mean, you've seen the aerial pictures, and it's not as steep as you would think. We were able to get back there and see if you could actually get up to that other neighborhood and road. And we're going to show you that in a couple of minutes, Ashley.
Okay, good. Don't go anywhere. I have to fit in this quick break, Brian. But when we come back,
Brian, you're going to go dig through that porta potty for clues.
we're going to show you, Brian.
Yes, listen up now. When he goes back, he's going to explain something, but he's also going to say that the owner of the house back there did not let him go through there. But he's going to explain that he's also going to point out that there's tracks back there.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Did he go back there, or did the law enforcement went back there to check if that was another entryway or something? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Brian's attempt to make it up from the back of the house, up the hill, through the trees, to where a car could possibly have been waiting. Could that have been the hidden route for the killer to get away without a trace? Brian's going to put the theory to a test and show you just how easy it actually was to make that clean getaway. That's next.
He's like climbing over rocks and falling over.
We're used to seeing Brian Enton at the front of the house on King
How funny would it be if you're like, you know what, Angela, you get out here.
Road, updating us on the investigation. But today, Brian, you spent some
He's
time.
in the studio next to the wall, man.
Look at him, dude. Shit, like, I don't even know. Where did he get the jacket? They're like, here you go, Brian. You're going to be outside until they solve this crime.
Behind the house, testing the theory that
he's so sick of standing out there.
He's heroic.
Oh, it's miserable.
He's out there without a jacket now.
It's miserable.
The killer might have actually approached the crime scene and escaped from the back, maybe even hopping into a getaway car that he'd conveniently maybe parked on the street behind all those trees. So take me there.
Yeah, Ashley, there are ways to get away from the back of the house, which we learned today. Take a look. We went up earlier today in the daylight so you could get a better view. Okay, so we are at the back.
I mean, it looks like a Keebler elf. They just make him do everything that, like, they just
Of the house where the murders happened. This is the house right here. You can see the police line is still up. I've shown you this parking lot before. There's this big parking lot right behind because there's an apartment building right over there. But we wanted to show you what's even further back behind the house. So follow me. You walk to the back.
Now this is the area that Chris showed everyone.
To the very back corner.
About the car, right?
Yeah, this is the area where Chris showed and everything up the hill where the tenants are on the side. And that point of entry could have been this way. Now he's going a little beyond. And this is where you're going to see what he does.
And there's this trail right here. And you can tell that other people have walked on it before because the snow is packed down and there's footprints. So possibly students walking up to the neighborhood up above.
And that's not even soft snow, man. That's hard as a rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Around
so
the
if
trail
anybody
here,
walks out of there,
it sort of loops around right by the backyard.
Whatever, blood stains or something, DNA could be back there. You know what I mean?
It could be.
And snow melts and it go on the surface.
Right.
So I mean, that's why I called him. Maybe you could relate that to Chris, because I know Chris he does homicides. He's out there, and I'm following him with the monkey, the violence.
Yeah,
I mean,
man, that Michael Vaughn case.
he's good at what he does, man. And I follow him. I didn't join, but I subscribe to him, subscribe to you, and subscribe to a few people. You know what I mean? So I'm a retiree, so I got to. You do great work. You guys do great work. I'm telling you.
Hey, make sure to call back in. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'll call in when I see that I could point out something. You know, I mean,
or
I saw something on Mel's show. Yeah. Well, no, I don't mind you calling and say hi, but I saw something on Mel's, which I want to correct. Maybe I'll call Mel, because Mel is very hard to get in touch with when he had open lines. But I saw the same video. Some lady called in and sent him a video. You see what I'm saying? And so they see the white car going up, and then they see the white car going down on the back of the house. So I found that maybe very odd, because he went after, the other, that guy, Jay, what's his name? Joseph, whatever.
Yeah.
The clown that made
Joseph
the voice
Levitt's
screaming, Yeah, I hope they get that guy out of there. That guy is ridiculous, man. I mean, he did it in the Gabby Petito case, and and I seen when Mel, where there's another question I asked myself: where is this guy Churchill with all his geek squad investigating this part?
I think he's out.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I don't know about his problem, but I kind of follow the true guys that are like you and Chris and Mel. I mean, I followed a few guys. You know what I'm saying? A few people.
Well, I appreciate that. That's awesome, man. I
take it serious. I take you guys serious because I'm on the East Coast, and my son works for the courts. He worked with the district attorney. So I like all this stuff. That I'm glad my son is working in this stuff. I worry about him, but I'm glad. You know what I'm saying?
And do you got what's your first name?
Excuse me?
Can you tell us your first name? People want to know.
Oh, Ray.
Ray from New York?
New York. Yeah.
New York Ray.
I don't know if
Are you a
see on my
Yankee
phone.
fan? Are you a Yankee fan?
Yeah, why? I grew up around the Yankee Stadium.
Dude, I'm a Giants fan.
But you know what's the funny part? I live by the Mets. I'm only like a mile away from the Mets.
Well, nobody likes to root for a loser.
I know, man. I got to hear it all the time around here.
But you know what? We should have got Aaron Judge from you guys, and we didn't.
He stayed with the Yankees, man. You know where to stay. The money's good. I mean,
hey, man, being a Yankee for life is probably a dream of a lot of kids.
Exactly. That's what happened to Jeter, man. And the one that got away was A-Rod with he was the one that created all the problems for the Yankees with that contract and the steroids and all that stuff. But
right.
The true Yankees, they're there. They're still there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Well,
and I remember when I saw.
Go ahead.
I could remember as a child. I saw Mickey Mantle play his last few games, and then from there, I saw all rights. I even seen Tom Seaver for the Mets.
Oh, okay.
In 1960, listen, I've been there. My father used to take me a lot to the games. And I love it. And God bless his soul. He's in the heavens. He died 2 years ago. But I teach my kids football the same. I'm not a Giant fan or a Jet fan. I'll tell you that right now.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I ain't. I'm a Washington fan. Always been, and I'll stay with Washington.
Oh, okay. Well, you definitely got that New York accent. Go Yankees. We play you guys the opening series of the year, so that should be interesting. New York Ray, I appreciate your call, man. Thank you so much.
New York Ray, I tell you what, I'm Spanish also, so maybe that's the accent.
Hey, man, you scream New York, and I am Spanish too.
I know. I hear you. The last name. I see your last name. So
yeah.
Listen. So I'm coming back to the video. Are you going to continue with the video here?
Sure.
Because I find this more interesting than talking about myself. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll play the rest of the video.
But I would like you to pass this on because I know you could communicate with Chris.
Sure.
To take a look at this because, or maybe he'll look at it in the morning when he wakes up.
He'll watch
He's in the
this
West
show.
Coast, isn't he?
He'll hear you.
Oh yeah.
You want to send a smoke signal?
He's been on a couple of shows. One of the things I've seen him on Gray's show. I mean, I've seen him on a couple of the shows. He's been out there. He's really doing good.
Yeah,
and I like his platform. I really like it. You know.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, if we go back to Summer Wells case, he was the first one there. He interviewed everybody, and I mean that was a circus itself with other people there. But he was the one that brought out a few people, and I'm pretty sure he opened up the eyes for a few people to see. You know what I'm saying?
If he didn't do what he did, even less would have been known about that situation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah.
But
and now he works with. He's also involved with the monkey Vons out there, and it's in Idaho also. You know.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's been in Idaho, so you know people say, "Oh, Inside Edition said that he flew in on a plane." What? What?
Nah, whether he flew in or he drove in, he was requested. You see what I'm saying? To be there because of the homicide. This is an experienced expert. To me, he's an expert. He's an experienced person. You know what I mean?
Right.
That could talk about these subjects and what's going on. You know?
Yeah. Can you say one thing for me, though?
Yeah.
Can you say, pass the gabagool?
Pass the what?
Gabagool. You know what gabagool is?
Pass the gabagool? No, what is that?
You don't know what gabagool is? The meat?
No, never heard of that.
What about prosciutto?
Prosciutto, yeah, that's Italian.
Right, yeah. Can you say, pass me the prosciutto?
Pásame prosciutto. Did I throw you off on that one?
Yeah, you did. You did throw me off on that one. I get it. You're not Italian, but you do sound like there used to be this guy that I had on my podcast. It's a long story, and I don't want to talk about him because it ended very creepily. But you know, he would always say, you know, he goes, how about them Yankees, huh? They stink, don't they? They stink, because he was from New York, you know? And he was like, I played quarterback in high school. You know, I played quarterback, and I was bad.
Yeah. No, I you know what? It's funny that you say that because I come across a lot of people here because I'm in Queens. I'm by between, you know, not far from the Yankees. I'm in the 5 boroughs of New York City.
Right.
Okay. And it's funny because I live in Queens, and a lot of people in Queens, they're from Long Island. So, you know, you got a lot of these construction guys, and you get they're Met fanatics and Ranger fans and Islander fans, and they hate the Yankees, and they always talk like the way you just said, you know. But me, I'm going to be honest with you. I have 2 half brothers that are Italian, and they grew up, and we learned the languages together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, there's 7 brothers, and I'm the oldest, you know.
I love it.
And so I grew up, and I used to spend time in the summertime with my father's second wife, when we got divorced, you know. You know how the Spanish people are. They get married once, they get married twice. The third time is just for, you know, relationship, I guess, you know, friendship, I guess. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But, you know, being a New Yorker, it grows in you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, New Yorkers are a special breed, my friend.
I don't know about that, but this stuff here that's going on, nobody would get away with that in New York. They would cut the guy in 72 hours. They would probably cut the person.
Yeah, but see, like this is kind of like rural area stuff, you know, like that's just very, you know, look at Brian Enton, dude. He's peeing in the woods live on Newsmax. I mean, like,
dude, man, don't knock the guy like that, man. He gives you some good news.
He does. No, look, he is a very detailed reporter, a respected reporter, but it looks like he's pissing in the woods right now.
Yeah, exactly. Holding on to the tree.
All right, man. Well, I'll play the rest of
I
this.
say that. You remember one of the creators? What's his name? Doug from Northport.
Yeah, I heard about him. Yeah.
Yeah, you heard about him, right? He drives around, and he was there with the Abby Petito's tapes and everything.
Yeah, he was the one that ended up in a
caught
coma.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had of it. God bless him, man. And he's done his thing. He's traveling. He's going back and forth. He's back on the YouTube. But he caught this guy, and I had to laugh. But I don't know if he took it off, but he says, "Well, they go Brian Eaton getting ready for the TV." I'm driving around, and it was funny the way he said it, because as he was passing by,
yeah,
a lot of these people that are on TV and stuff like that, they always wear makeup.
Yeah.
And I found it so funny because he was laughing. He says, "At least I don't wear none." That was funny. Oh my God.
Yeah, Brian probably has to do his own makeup. I mean, they got the guy climbing trees.
No, but he's listen, I don't want to knock the guy. The guy's pretty good. He's out there. He's
No, he
stupid.
does his thing.
He's like you said. He's somebody's, he's somebody's working. He's out there doing his. He's working as a reporter. You can't knock him.
No,
you know
he's
what
doing
I mean?
it. He's doing fine. Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's been, he's talked about a few creators, and he don't talk bad about them. You know what I'm saying? So, he's out there doing the same thing like you and I talking about, looking at every little possible way to solve the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, he's on internet, which is not like the news, regular news on TV, where regular news TV, they just give you the surface. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not doing that. He's really want to look into what's the possible way, how can this happen? He's digging in. You know what I'm trying to say? Just like Caffeine Head over there. What's his name? Jonathan. That guy.
You love him so much.
I see him,
you
man,
love
I don't
that
know.
guy.
Well, no, listen, it's just that he gets in. I don't know how the hell he does it, man. He gets info from everywhere. And then, just knowing his background also, because he's been to jail and stuff like that. But it's just looking at the guy.
I think you mean federal prison, but go ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, we all know that. A lot of people know that out there. But it's just that looking at him, man, I know the guy's a caffeine fanatic. And just looking at him, you ever seen the Walking Dead? It's like a zombie walking up here. Somebody's boy in it. I never seen the guy's safely clean, man. All he needs is his eyebrows shaved off.
Adios míos.
Oh yeah, listen. He's wearing a cap with a beanie underneath. Why don't you get a beanie that says Meteor and forget about the cap? But he's doing his, he's trying. He's got a lot of subs and everything out there. But
that is too good.
Yeah, I know. Listen, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Been a pleasure talking to you too, New York Ray. Appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna be calling you once in a while.
Hey, please do. I'm looking at the chat, and you're already a favorite.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
I guess it's because of why I'm talking.
Probably, but you
let me go.
Great.
Hey.
You got a great
Listen,
presence.
I follow a lot. Yeah, I follow a lot of the creators. But the ones I take serious is a person like you, Chris. This guy here, he comes on Granfield. I watch certain people, that. I mean, Mel,
Sure.
And I watch a few. I mean, sometimes I watching a pothead all night, but he makes me laugh. And everybody follow him, but he's there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's out there. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But in reality, you got to look at it that you got to give all that are really taking true crime for real. They're out there and they're trying. You see what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
Regardless, everybody has a mask. I say, a mask. So what do you call it? Not an eagle. What do you call it? something. They're on a trip or something.
Yeah, it's called
But she got
ayahuasca.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's people out there that it's unbelievable. I mean, I could break it down. I'm not a critic, but if I was a critic for YouTube, I'd get a lot of them out. I mean, get a lot of them out.
Oh, man.
Because, a lot of them make bad names for the creators out there that are for real. You know what I mean?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was
correct.
listening to you, before you received my call, somebody's asking you for an apology because you offended them protecting Chris or whatever it was. Chris, and you go, I know Chris, and you talk and you collaborate and stuff like that on the show. And I'm pretty sure you'll get offended if somebody's talking bad about a person that you know that's very well. That's a good person.
If you come into like my chat and you want to say bad things about my friends, I'm obviously not going to like that. But my point was,
I'm pretty sure.
Well, what they're accusing me of is not. When I said I don't care if you like him, what I meant by that was I'm not gonna try and convince you to like somebody if you don't like their personality, if you don't like their show. Like, that's fine. But the lying about things and this whole glove horse crap and just the things that they say, they're just lies. So that's what I mean. But don't come into my chat and insult the guy either.
Right.
And I tell you, if somebody did that to me in his chat, they'd get kicked out too.
Well, here, let me give you an example. Right now, you and I, we're laughing about a couple of people, but they're out there they're out there swooping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What was that? Your insulin pump?
Hello. All right. So, it's like right now, you and I, we're talking about certain creators and stuff, and we're laughing about it. But we're not talking bad about them because they're actually out there doing something.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I would feel offended if somebody would come and say, "Hey, your buddy's not doing right. This is this is BS, whatever." I would literally say, "Well, wait a minute. That's your opinion. Keep it to yourself. But right now, I know this gentleman is doing something right, and he's a friend of mine, and I will stand up for that person." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do.
And I will not have to apologize to nobody because I would just put the person in his place. Because their opinion that's their opinion, but they should keep it to themselves and not talk. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you believe in a person that's doing right, regardless if it doesn't look right or whatever, but he's doing something right, you're going to stand up for that person. Because the person that's talking negative about him, and where are they? What are they doing?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure. No, I agree with you.
And so, I that's why I say I watch a lot of these creators and stuff like that, and I watch, like I go to the Dolly Vision. Dolly Vision goes on people like crazy because he speaks, he jokes around, but he throws the truth out there, and they clip his channels, and they make all kinds of mess with it. But he let it go by. But then when it gets to him, you can see him get serious.
Right.
But he's doing something. People are knocking him, but he's going out there. Even if, look at what happened with the little boy there. What's that? Liliana, I think it was.
Quentin,
right. He went out there. He went out there, and he took and I seen the video. All he did was take the bullhorn from a lady there that forget about it. She was like in another world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, he went to jail for it. There were people that were willing to help him out because he wasn't doing nothing bad. He just was out there to make sure that these people that threw away a child go to jail.
But here's the thing.
And,
Here's the thing, Ray, and I understand what you're saying, and you're a very nice man, and obviously don't. That some of the tactics I have a major issue with.
Well, hold on. I'm going to stop you, and I'm going to agree with you what you're about to say because some of them go a little beyond.
It's not even a little, though. It's a lot.
It's a lot. No, I agree with you. I agree. Right now with this case here, that's going on with the 4 university kids. I mean, they shouldn't went. Right now, it's under control. But when I saw a certain party there, I said, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Right.
And then I saw a little reaction that somebody just drove up and then he literally spit at the person, and she admitted. I said, "Don't let this become a circus, because this is real. This is not. Everything is real. It's just that the tactics, like you say, it could go a little beyond.
Right.
It goes too far sometimes,
Yeah, it really does.
And I saw it. Yeah, it does.
And nothing against and nothing against Dolly or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is, you can't rip stuff out of people's hands. That's simple assault. It always has been. It always will be.
It'll always be. You're touching some. And he should know better.
Of course,
he should know better because he should know better because he had problems with his dog, just getting his dog back.
Right.
And that's property. You're touching somebody's property.
You can't do it. So
can't do it.
So and you depending on your past, you get in more trouble sometimes because of that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And I got no beefs with anybody. I rant about people sometimes.
No, I like I say, I look at a lot of creators. A lot of make mistakes, even though they're trying to do better. But then you got a lot of them that are out there. Just I don't know. Yeah. They shouldn't even be on YouTube.
I agree with that.
You got people making stuff. But when you have creators like you and Chris and Mel, and you got Grace. Grace is on YouTube lately, so she's on Apple TV, but she's on there. And you when you have real people talking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's the best, especially when it's true crimes. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But when you have a lot of people coming in and gossiping like the Summer Wells, you had a couple of people there. And, unbelievable.
Well, hopefully we get some answers in that case someday soon.
I'm pretty sure eventually you will. I'm pretty sure.
I think so too.
Come out sooner or later.
Oh, don't forget! I always say that podcast coming out.
Well, when is it coming out?
First episode's Christmas Eve.
Oh man! Oh well, I hope to hear it because I'm gonna be a little busy Christmas Eve.
Well, you can play it the next day, but it's released on Christmas. Well, the next day is Christmas, so you can play it. You can play it in between. How about you just listen in between Christmas and New Year's? There's a little pylon there, of time that gets lost.
Yeah. I'll catch up. I'll catch you on there.
Oh, I appreciate your call, Ray.
And I hope this case here with Idaho with the students gets solved before the New Year's, man. Believe it or not, I think they have a lot of leads, but
I think so too.
We gotta keep it going, and as long as the right people are there and informing the right people and keeping the family informed, and not make a circus out of it. I'm hoping that by the New Year they get a little bit of tranquility, and you know what I'm saying.
I think I think
I'm gonna.
We will, but it's just hard to know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go so they can continue watching this and you can speak about it. And God bless you, man. Keep going strong, man.
I appreciate your
Keep
call.
going strong. I like what you do, bro.
Thank you very much, Rob.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ray coming in hot.
The trees right here to this fence line, and basically the little trail continues to loop around. I don't want to go in the backyard of the people who live back here, but we'll show you what's on the other side. Okay, so we're up on the road back behind the house. This house behind me, that path that I showed you, that path connects to the backyard of this house. And there's really a whole other neighborhood up here. We're gonna show you. I'm gonna get in the car and drive you up. show you what's up here because it's interesting. You know, you've got the neighborhood down below where the apartments are, the college students. But up here, if you came up that path, you could have parked up here somewhere. Pan this way and show you. When you come around this corner, there's an intersection here. That's a dead-end street that way. This way is not a dead-end street. This is Ridge Road. So Walenta Drive we were on, this is Ridge Road. You see there's a whole other neighborhood up here. A ton of houses. And that area down below connects to this whole area up here.
Ryan's not wearing his seatbelt.
So you saw, Ashley, go up that path. It connects to that other yard that I showed you. And then you've got a whole nother area up there. A lot of places you could park and a lot of ways to get out.
I have two questions for you. One is, how quickly could you have made it from, say, the back kitchen?
Now she's wanting him to run.
Sliding glass door, out through the backyard, and through sort of those woods and the trail up to Walenda Road, where you were just driving?
Will was with me. What would you say? A minute? Maybe a minute, but there's also snow. A minute. There's also snow. Maybe a minute. 45 seconds to a minute if you were really going fast, I would say.
Well, there's snow now, but there wasn't so much snow back then, right? It was pretty good footing at that point as well. Then the other question, it looked to me, and I've only got 10 seconds here, but it looked like it was a perfect place to park a car, dark, no ring cameras anywhere. Nobody would notice anything if a car was parked up there for a killer to go down and do what he needed to do.
Real quick, there is a ring camera up there, one of the houses. I went and tried to find out if it was new or old. The owner didn't want to talk about it, but there are some ring cameras up there, so hopefully police have checked.
Well, certainly that dark, in the dark.
Hopefully police have checked. Yes, hopefully they have. Thank you,
That
Brian.
looked like
Thank you, Brian, for that hard-hitting piece.
it was pretty remote. It was a treed area that, would have been easy to be driving around without anybody seeing you park and take your leave. Brian, thank you. Excellent work as always, and I'm so glad you took us there because I've been so curious about that particular area. Thank you for watching.
And there was no way that I was going to go out there by myself because, it's freezing cold. Brian, get out. Brian's going to live there for a while, it sounds like, and it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for everything. I appreciate you.
There is no investigation. This
Thank you for the chat, the super chats, the stickers.
Don't say any F's and
I
stuff.
appreciate you, all the new subscribers, new members.
But I have to put her on the side.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me and my boys and my kids.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
There is no investigation. This boy has.
It's not really. It is to me.
Right.
Appreciate you.
I've done my best. It's hard, it's real tough.
But I have to put her on the side and worry about the boys.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me and my boys and my kids.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
Live from the NBD Production Studios, you're in the lab with your host, Joshua Diaz.
There is no investigation. This boy has.
It's not really. It is to me. But I have to put her on the side and worry about the boys. But I have to.
There is no investigation.
Don't say any F's and stuff.
But I have to put her. But I have to put her on the side and worry about the boys.